I think guys really need to get that through their heads, that because we think that what we need to do is provide, do, put in work, make money, right? Get stuff done. And that's what our partner wants the most. They want us to do all this stuff and get all this stuff done and make all this money, provide. And perhaps your image is even wrapped up in that. Make sure you have a nice house, a nice car, a nice whatever, right? But really, that's men thinking like men and trying to get the things that they want. And what you're saying is the Gottmans did research, and what women actually want in relationship is trustworthiness, and then that is built via how men are, how they show up in relationship, how they are with their partner. I'm sure externally there is a degree of reliability in terms of, is he here when he says he's going to be here? Does he keep his word? This type of thing. Like, where are the inconsistencies in who he is? Women look for that too. But it's not about a productivity and getting stuff done and providing money and stuff. It's about this sort of more emotional trustworthiness. And I think a lot of guys miss that, right? And
Yeah.
there is this piece around your words matching your actions. And I think this is great that you brought this up, because yes, we need to own what happened. When we're looking to repair trust, we need to really own what happened, acknowledge it, understand how it felt to be the other person. And I think we need to change our behavior as well, right? If your drinking alcohol is a problem for your partner and you tell them that you're not going to drink anymore, and then you drink again, you're violating their trust. You're breaking the trust between you. And you can own that. You can own that you're dealing with an addiction and that it's hard for you. And you can really empathize and feel what it's like to be them. But if you go and you drink again, you are breaking that trust again. And for your partner, they're going to have a limit somewhere in there where your ownership isn't going to matter because your words don't match your actions. So I learned this too when I went through the 12 steps in AA. In step 8 and 9, you make a list of people you want to make amends to. And then in step 9, you go out and you make those amends. And one of the things they say while you're learning about this whole process is, A, you got to forgive yourself. But B, you cannot expect the other person to forgive you because you may have damaged that relationship beyond repair. And that is something you just have to live with. You don't go out expecting everyone to forgive you when you say, I'm sorry. And even if you've changed, but that is what you need to focus on, is changing your behavior, change how you show up. You need to change the thing that broke the trust. That's the most important thing. You need to own it as well. But those two things, if they don't happen at the same time, trust may never be rebuilt in your relationship. It really depends on the person whose trust is broken, who you've broken your trust with, where their line is. And so what I say to couples is, if one person wants to rebuild trust and the other one doesn't, you guys can't rebuild trust. It's not going to happen. You actually both need a willingness to do that. And let's say a man has flown off the handle and gone into a blind rage one too many times for his partner, who's very triggered by that behavior. Maybe twice in the relationship is her limit. Beyond that, it's a no-go zone for her. Maybe you've damaged that relationship beyond repair and it's over. It's quite possible. It's up to her to decide whether she's actually willing to work through that or not. And so what I say to couples, as a starting point, is, are you both willing to work through this? If you could get to the other side of it, would you do that together? Or do you really not want to do this? Because you won't get anywhere if you don't want to do it. You need the willingness. And if I told you there was another side to this, would you want to go there with the other person? And from there needs to be, sometimes if it's a large violation, there needs to be processing, perhaps for weeks or months, with the assistance of professionals. There needs to be a willingness to share your feelings and process and grief. And for the person who broke the trust to sit and own that and empathize and go through those processes while also changing your behavior. And perhaps there's a chance. And so for guys who are like on the brink of divorce, sometimes I deal with these guys all the time. I say to them, your relationship may not survive this. It may not. But if you're going to still be alive, the main thing that you need to focus on is changing, because hopefully you will find another relationship. You will find love again someday. You will open your heart to love again, even though this hurts so bad right now. And man, would that be awful if you destroyed that relationship via the same means that you're destroying this one. Like, your only option is to change. And then if your partner says, okay, I'm willing to try to trust you again, then bonus. But you got to do it for you in a way.